We saw the announcement for the Project Spark and were immediately captivated by the prompt that placed light as a central means of expression. I wanted to portray a state where one is disconnected from themselves and their surroundings. In the beginning, the character is like a closed floodgate. They are disconnected from themselves. Their mind is like an abandoned home. What I wanted to show is that life is like a river and the human being is like a gate. We have the control to block the water and let the pressure build up. Through an internal confrontation, the character breaks through his walls, portrayed by the shattering of the mirror.
Intenția din spatele creării acestui film este de a sublinia importanța familiei și a amintirilor care ne-au modelat ca personalități în viață. Prin acest film îmi propun să inspir și să atrag atenția publicului asupra valorii neprețuite a familiei și a grijii pe care trebuie să o avem pentru ea.
Well, I think it came from two places at the same time. One, on a conceptual level, there was the whole theme of somebody, experiencing something rather traumatic and then how that sticks with them for the rest of their life. That was an idea I've had for a while. I just didn't know how to articulate it up until this point, I think. But then on the other hand, there's this formal idea that, that includes working with paper and the way I've created this camera to both capture the light being projected onto the paper while simultaneously having something printed on the paper. It was a long development of an idea, but that kind of came about very recently, kind of around the time that the competition was announced. And then I found these two ideas really fleshed well together, and it helped tell the story the best way possible. There's a lot of challenges. The biggest one, I think, first off, films are always hard to make. I've never made a film that was easy to make. But I think on top of already having the difficulty of making a film, there's this whole added layer of I kind of had to do each step of the process without knowing if the next step is actually going to work. Because this is a workflow that I haven't come across it before. I kind of came up with it myself. And so each step of the workflow I had to not only do, but I had to iron it out before being able to do it. And, every single thing, there was like little tweaks that would take time to figure out, whether it's how the paper can feed through the camera as quickly as possible so that it doesn't get caught. Sometimes it would rip originally. Things like that I really had to spend a lot of time. Actually, the majority of the time was just figuring out the workflow, let alone making the actual film. So, it was a challenge, but it's what we like doing. We like figuring out the challenges.
Cea mai mare provocare în timpul filmărilor au fost actorii, deoarece ei sunt la etapa de început, a fost un pic mai greu de obținut emoțiile necesare pentru a transmite mesajul dorit. Dar vreau să zic că s-au descurcat de minune și au obținut un rezultat pe cinste.
The reflections in the mirrors. We had to make sure that all the crew members and the lighting setups were hidden. Project Spark makes a great opportunity for creatives to get together and push their ideas. The prompt was inspiring and opened the mind to more ideas instead of restraining the creation. I saw the theme of reflection as something that can be physic and metaphysic. The use of the mirror helps bring the two together. The mirror isolates the character from their environment. The structure only reflects what is sent to it. The light doesn't touch the skin.
Impresia acestui proiect este una pozitivă și mă bucur de astfel de proiecte deoarece ei ne oferă posibilitatea de a ecraniza producții cinematografice care ne ajută la dezvoltarea noastră ca specialiști în domeniu. Pentru mine, tema reflexiei este despre amintiri, este despre emoții care ne reprezintă și ne dezvoltă ca personalități în viață.
Well, first off, I love when companies do competitions like this. I think it's a great way to engage with people all around the world. But then also on a personal level, it just helps me get something done. I tend to struggle with how to hard deadline, especially when it's something personal, something creative. It's hard to find the time and find the courage to actually put something out there. But a hard deadline like this, it forces you to do just that. And I'm really grateful for that. Then there's this theme of reflections. Well, it's a double entendre. There's a few ways to take it. But the way I focused on was reflection, as in looking back at yourself, looking back at your own experiences and thinking about what you've been through. That's what I did, and I think that's what really guided me throughout this film. Then there's also the more obvious idea that I, have two characters and they're miming each other. They're the same person, but not. There's an idea of reflection in there.
The main thing that I'm working on at the moment is a medium-length film based on the album Héritière, which will be released next year. This is a really exciting multidisciplinary project that brings together music, cinema and dance performed by women artists of all ages and horizons. The subject is solidarity between women as well as the legacy of our ancestors. I am also working as a director and DOP on music videos and short films with great teams.
Cu siguranță am conturat mai multe idei pentru viitoarele proiecte, însă la moment suntem în dezvoltarea unui film de lung metraj în care vom aborda iarăși o temă socială. Aceasta se concentrează pe modul în care banii și faima schimbă oamenii peste noapte și nu în direcția cea bună, dar în direcția cea rea. În prezent, suntem în căutarea de locații și investiții, deoarece vrem la finalul filmului să dăm foc la o casă în care sunt banii care au schimbat în rău viața oamenilor.
I'm always trying to work on a couple things. They're all very early stages. My main goal, I think, in the coming years is to make something longer form. I've made a lot of short films, 5 to 10 minutes-ish, but I want to make something longer. I want to sink my teeth into a bigger project. And that's what I'm doing right now, but it's very early stages, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm still very much in the, that writer's block situation. But hopefully one day there'll be something that I can actually put out. Maybe I need a deadline. I don't know. It was the love and support around me. I couldn't have done it without everyone that helped me out. They're all amazing people for dedicating their time and their energy and being there when I was unsure of myself. It's really great to have friends like that and family like that, and I'm really thankful for them. So 100% the most important factor is having a good support.
Cel mai mare factor în creație poate fi considerată dorința, ambiția și inspirația. Ele sunt motivații puternice pentru mine de a da viață unui proiect și de a depăși orice obstacol în acest proces.
I think one of the most important factors in the creation is communication. Communication with the crew members and with oneself. This project is a result of teamwork and sharing ideas. Light was a central element to give its real dimension to the film Floodgate. Together we found solutions to bring our ideas to reality, especially thanks to Calvin Liu's expertise and talent. I'm very fortunate as a young filmmaker to have access to Nanlight's lighting technology. Without it, Floodgate wouldn't have been possible to make. It has opened meaningful creative avenues for me.
I want to quickly thank everyone involved in making Project Spark a reality. For me, it's always a great feeling being recognized for my hard work, so I'm incredibly grateful. And then I also want to congratulate all the other winners and anyone who's submitted. It's a great thing making movies. We should cherish it fully. I know I do. So I am incredibly grateful.
Aș dori să exprim cea mai profundă apreciere estimaților organizatori pentru acest proiect și posibilitatea, sigur, de participare. Sunt mulțumit pentru premiul acordat și recunosc că acest premiu este datorită echipei cu care am lucrat împreună la realizarea acestui film de scurtmetraj. În concluzie, sunt profund onorat și recunoscător pentru această apreciere. Vreau să zic că acest premiu nu doar că îmi validează eforturile, dar și mă inspiră pentru a crea noi proiecte interesante. Voi fi foarte bucuros dacă va avea loc și următorul proiect. Cu siguranță voi participa cu o poveste profundă și emoționantă din viața mea personală, care cred că o să inspire și să motiveze mulți oameni.
I don't have any specific ideas, but any reason to be creative, and I'm more than game, so I will definitely participate next year. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to see what the theme is.
That will be a surprise.